Welcome back, guys. I thought I'd just give you a quick tip for DaVinci Resolve 16, and it has to do with project management. Let's say that you've gone through your import, you've edited the production together, and you've color graded everything, and you're ready for export, and your client's really, really happy. You do your export, everything's fine. They take away their project file as a master, and off they go into the world. Now, something that a lot of people don't actually think about is creating project databases. A lot of other software like Final Cut Pro and Premiere Pro will automatically generate a database backup for you, but it's not necessarily the case in DaVinci Resolve. And you actually need to go into the program and tell it to back up a specific project when it's ready to be backed up. And this is how you do it. Okay, so you go down to the little house icon in the bottom right-hand corner and you click on that, and it will come up with your project files. Now, all you need to do is right-click on your project file and then go down and create Export Project Archive. Now, when you click that, it will ask you, it will say the project that you're archiving has been modified. Do you want to save it? Well, of course you want to save it before you archive it. So let's hit save. And then it will come up with a Finder window if you're on a Mac, and it will say the name of the project that you are going to save. In this case, I've called it Database Management because I want to be clear what it is that we're doing. And then it saves it as a .dra file. Now, a .dra file is a DaVinci Resolve archive file. Now, I'm going to drop it down into my Resolve databases that I've created, and that's where I do my project renders to. And I'm just going to hit save. And when I hit save, it's going to ask me if I want to save the render cache media and the optimized media as well. Now, I personally don't want to do that because I'm happy for my computer to rebuild that later. It's not something that I want to maintain on my system once I archive the project away. So all I want to do is collect all of the stills gallery, all of the grades, all of the edit decisions, and all of the media that has been used in the timeline. And I want all of that to be saved in the file, in the DaVinci Resolve archive file. So the optimized media and the cache media to me is not important because when I re-import it, my computer will quickly rebuild that stuff for me. So I don't really need to take up additional disk space storing that stuff. So I'm just going to click OK, and it will come up and say it's done. It doesn't take that long. We can now close that. We can jump out of our project file here, and we'll just jump into Finder. We'll go down to our Finder, and we'll go down to our desktop transfers. We'll go into our Resolve databases, and there you can see is our database. It has all of our DaVinci Resolve Exchange files in there, and it has all of our media that's associated with the actual cut that is there. So it's all there, it's all done. That's a quick tip from me to you about managing your projects in DaVinci Resolve. This one was quite easy because I was just using one piece of media for the demonstration, but it doesn't matter how much media you've got in there, you will see them appear as full pieces of media. So whatever the source media is, it will be saved in the database. So your databases can take up a lot of space, but they're important because if your client ever goes away and loses their production, or they have problems, or they want to make changes 3, 6, 9 months later, and yes, it does happen because people do come back and say, hey, I want to change that grade, or the director might do one grade and then a couple of months after the project's been released, you might have the DP come back and say, hey, I'd really like to do some touch-up grading on that. And as a colorist, you can always, help out your DP friends who bring you the work, and you can just make those color adjustments to their wishes very quickly by loading the project file from here, and away you go. Okay guys, that's my quick tip for the day. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like this content, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.